Did you know that even small, consistent actions can leave a lasting impression on your alienated child? Hey, this is Ryan Thomas, a formerly alienated child who discovered the truth and reconnected. And I wanted to share this perspective with you from an alienated child's perspective of how important small decisions, small actions, little words here and there that can be so important. You know, so often as an alienated parent, you think about the big events, the explosions, if you will, the setbacks that created the underpinnings of alienation. I did this thing happened, and then everything exploded. Then everything fell apart. And you're looking for the equally big events to put things back together, right? The home run, if you will, of what can I do in this one instance, this one event, this one holiday, this one time that I can really take to show my child who I really am. And what I'm here to share with you is that it is actually the more consistent changes over time that can create a lasting effect. Now, of course, this is going to be impacted by how much access or exposure you have towards your child. But every moment can be used to maximize the opportunity. And it's not always about the big things that you do. Sometimes it's about how you show up differently. The words or the phrases that you use that make your child say, wow, that's new. I didn't expect that. That's not in the normal dialogue that I hear in this back and forth relationship that I'm currently in with my parent. You want to do things that are different than you have done before, so that once again, your child says, whoa, I didn't expect this. You want to look at situations and say, normally in the past, I've reacted this way. I've said or done these things, but this time I'm actually going to pull back. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to be silent instead of trying to put forth what I want to say. Or normally I say these three things over and over and over. Now I'm going to say three different things over and over and over. And this is why I always talk about, and so much of the work that I do is helping parents develop a new vocabulary, new phrases that are all specific to the child. Because when you can start making these small micro changes over the course of time, again, no matter how much contact or access that you have, when you have that ability, if you can be different and different and different and different, but also consistent, that can have a lasting impact. When the child is normally triggered or becomes upset by the natural flow of what always happens, and you would know this in your own situation, what is that natural flow? He says this, I say this. She does this, I do that. It's a vicious cycle. Well, if you can interrupt that cycle and say and do things, even if it's just small, the child says, wow, that felt good. That wasn't an argument. I didn't think that I was going to hear that from mom or dad. What that does is it makes their life just a little bit easier. It makes them think a little bit more. It makes them pause just for a moment on the repetitive story that they're using against you. What it also does is not only individually in that moment, but when you start stacking it up over the course of time, it starts to change the story and change the narrative. Not only does that help the child in the way that I just described, wow, I feel better, I feel relieved, I feel lighter, I feel like there isn't an argument. What it also does is it starts to make the alienator uncomfortable. It knocks them off their game. Because when you don't play by the script that you're normally using, and they say, okay, usually if I say this, that target parent is going to say this, and then got them. But when you don't do those things, when you don't say those things, when you use different words and different phrases and different actions, the alienator is going, here's my plan. Nothing's going according to script here. I don't know what to do. Now, believe me, they will freak out, and they will intensify everything, and they will blow stuff up again, and they will try to make you a horrible, terrible person by this new thing that you said or did. But the beauty with all of this is that your child had that moment where it felt good, that lasting impact. And then there's the alienator squashing it again, making it so that no matter what you do, it will never be good enough. And over the course of time, that child starts going, you know what? This other parent that was supposed to be the bad parent, they're saying and doing a lot of things that resonate with me, a lot of things that I like, a lot of things that connect with me. They're not trying to cause problems. They're not trying to cause drama. But yet, no matter what they do, I've got this other parent, the alienator, never good enough, never right. This is how you can start to show your child who's the good parent and who's really the bad parent, who's causing the problems and who's trying to be a solution. So if you can make these small, subtle changes, you might say, yeah, but that's just a drop in the bucket compared to the story that they have against me. This big event that happened, and it was terrible and awful, and I even to think about reliving it is shuddering to me. It is these small, consistent changes that you can make over the course of time that takes the story away and puts you in a position where your child can start to see you differently. They feel differently about you. And again, even if they start feeling that way, and then all of a sudden the alienator feels that something's shifting, you're not as angry. You're not as willing to reject. The child is not as willing to ghost that other parent. They start getting uncomfortable. And then they will once again come in, assert their will, demand loyalty, demand that the child be obedient. And then that child gets that difference, that juxtaposition between how is a parent making me feel. So these are some of the things that you can do if you understand what's going on inside the mind of a child that's alienated. Here are things that you can start to do to understand the situation and then show up differently. So if you are experiencing alienation, you want help, you want specific guidance on how to do these things, there's a link below this video. Check it out, and I will see you on another video. Thanks so much. Hey, it's Ryan Thomas. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and it also helps to spread the word. Be sure to watch other videos from this channel, and also check below this video for other resources and links to help.